Okay, everybody, it's that time. Welcome to the 66th edition of Englishing with Jings. I'm your host, Brandon Lobshire. Excuse me. And today we're talking about the Jeep, as you can see, and as you can see on IG. It's so cool on IG, by the way. Okay, guys, you know the drill. Before we get started, coronavirus report. And by the way, give me 1 second. Let me just make sure about something here real fast. Okay, it's been confirmed. We shall start with the coronavirus report. Maybe. Let's see here. Aha. Oh, technology, I tell you. Okay. Here we go. Okay, guys. This is the 66th report for the coronavirus. Currently, we have 176,424,080 total cases. We have 3,811,007 total deaths, and we have 160,399,294 recovered. This is great. Okay, start off with the United States, my home. We have a total of 34,315,873 total cases. We have 614,955 total deaths, and that has slowed down considerably over the last 2 months. 28,381,623 total recoveries. This is the good news. Okay. Now, for where I'm currently located, I am just cruising in this Jeep on IG. Yeah, I look weird though. I'm a little bit too tall in this Jeep. It must be miniature. Okay. Serbia has 714,753 total cases, 6,958 total deaths, 703,364 total recoveries. Okay. Let's head over to Asia. India is still looking grim. 29,439,989 total. 370,407 deaths. Total recoveries, 28,043,446. Yeah, I'm curious, who has the most deceased here? Brazil's still in number 2, India 3, Mexico 4th. Peru with a big number. Wow. Okay. Let's find, I think Taiwan's before Hong Kong now. I think they passed them. Yep. Taiwan with 12,291 total. 437 have perished. 1,133 recoveries. Okay, this number right here is better. 175 new cases. It was around 500 a day for a minute there. So Hong Kong down the list. That's new. 11,878 total. 210 have perished, and 11,593 have recovered. This is the good news. Okay. That, guys, is going to do it. You know what? Hold on. Who has the least amount in the world? I'm just curious while we're here. I don't ever say that part. So, okay, Micronesia with one, but what's the population there? 116,000. How about a real populated country? Okay, Macau has 52. New Caledonia, 128. Grenada, 161. Brunei, 248. Okay. That's going to wrap up the 66th edition of Englishing with James. Where are my IG followers? You guys have to see this. So cool. Hi, Celia. What do you think of my Jeep? Pretty cool, I think. Okay, guys, that's going to move us along to the 66th edition of the vaccine report. So let's get right on it. Good phrasal verb for everybody. Let's get right on it. This means let's do it now. There's music on IG? Oh, man. I did not know that. Can I turn the music off? Give me 1 second here. I have to figure this out, guys. Well, that sucks. Okay, I have to find a new one then. I can't do this. One moment, everybody. This will not take long, I promise. Stupid. I'm so mad. Second. So many to choose from. Okay, how about this one? Oh, the delay. Okay, hold on. Okay, I think I fixed the situation on IG. Just need some feedback. Watch out. Is it okay? Like, can you hear me on IG? And that's an awful bumpy road, by the way. Okay, I think we're good. Let's go to the vaccine report. Okay, we are there. All right, let's go with total vaccinations first, peeps. Okay, we have the US with 306.5 million, India 243 million, Brazil 76.76, UK 70.2, Germany 59.04, France 43.2, Italy 41.3, Canada 28.2, Chile 20.2, Israel 10.6, Hungary 9.42 rather, Serbia 4.88, Mongolia 3.5, Bahrain 1.8. Okay, guys. Excuse me, the world 2.33 billion. Wow. Those are big numbers. Asia 1.3 takes most of that. Europe 414.2 mil. North America, consisting of the United States and Canada, 388 million. EU 291 million. South America 139 million. As expected, Africa 41.2, and I did not include Mexico in North America, which is ridiculous. And they don't either, 36.4. Turkey up in their numbers, almost 33 million. Spain 32.2, Russia 32.2, Indonesia 31.2, Poland 23.2, Japan preparing for the Olympics 21.4, and so forth and so on. Okay, let's see total vaccinations per 100. Okay, so it looks like Israel has given over 100. Bahrain 110, Mongolia 107, Chile 105, UK 103, Hungary 97, US 91, Canada 74, Serbia 71, Germany 70.4. These are huge numbers. Hold on a second. I totally forgot to look up Hong Kong and Taiwan. I know it's small. Let's get way down there. Hong Kong with 2.84 million. Taiwan even on the list? I don't think so. Aha, they are. 799,000. Not many. Okay, I'm surprised. Okay, back to the per 100. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just looking for okay, EU 65. Okay. I don't think we'll see any other continents that high. No. EU. Yeah, okay, Europe. We just said EU. Okay, Europe's more than EU, yeah. Okay, Hong Kong 37.85 out of 100. I can't imagine how low Taiwan is then. Japan is really low, 16. Where is Taiwan? Not even on the list. They have to be on the list. Aha, 3.3 out of 100. So low. Okay, that is going to do it for the 66th edition of the Vaccine Report. Okay, it's that time, people. It's time for some astrology. So we'll go with 66th edition of your horoscope. Okay, let's get right on that. We will begin with Aries, as we normally do. Aries, this week, you can have confidence when it comes to an affair of the heart. That's so nice right off the bat. This week begins on Sunday, June 13th, with the Sun in Gemini, making a square to Neptune in your house of magic and mysticism. Today, shut off electronics for an hour or so and listen for messages from your angels and guides. Can any of you turn off your phone for an hour? I don't think so. I don't think anybody can do that. So you can just forget about this one. I'm joking. You could consider using angel cards, the Celtic tree oracle, or Celtic, as we like to say here in Serbia, or a tarot deck. Blah. Write down your question so it's clear in your mind, and then draw your card. Okay. Saturn in Aquarius makes a square to Uranus in Taurus in your house of cash money. This is the second of 3 squares these 2 planets will make this year. This aspect is marked by an unwillingness to compromise. The elevated Saturn represents your goals for the future, and Uranus is your rocket fuel to help propel you forward. Aries, you can tackle something difficult because you have the determination to get through. On to Taurus. Taurus, this week there is a strong family spirit connecting you to relatives near and far. With the Sun in Gemini in your house of money, making a square to Neptune in your house of career, today blend the Sun's energy of financial security with the visionary magic of Neptune. This is a good day to do a vision board of the material things you want, along with what you would like to achieve. Make this vision board a screensaver on your laptop and on your phone to remind you of what you're working for. Saturn in Aquarius in your house of reputation makes a square to Uranus in your own sign of Taurus. This aspect is marked by a strong sense of determination and a big helping of not wanting to follow the rules. And while some may say this is out of character for Taurus, Uranus has been traveling through your sign now for a couple of years, and you are much more familiar with going your own way. Today, it's a good idea to break some rules or go for a ride in your Jeep. Hopefully it's not as bumpy as it is for me. All right, on to Gemini. All right, this week you're moving in multiple directions, Gemini. This is just as you like it. This week begins with the Sun in Gemini, making a square to Neptune in Pisces in your house of career. Neptune allows energy to flow freely. If you're looking for a new job, visualize the process of getting the interview, getting the offer, and negotiating for the salary you want. Continue your visualization by picturing what you will wear on your first day on the job, where you will park your car, or how they will set you up to work at home. Visualization has power today. All right, with Saturn in Aquarius in your house of legal matters, makes a square to Uranus in Taurus in your house of hidden things. This is a very powerful aspect that you can use to avoid court case. Use extra caution today when driving, especially if you tend to speed. Avoid arguing with a neighbor, especially a litigious one. If you are in a lawsuit, review your options as some opportunities may present themselves. Okay. On to Cancer. Cancer, you may feel quite impulsive this week. Emotions rise up quickly and unexpectedly. With the sun in Gemini rising in your chart, making a square to Neptune in Pisces in your house of spirituality, you're quite intuitive today. You may wake in the morning after having an interesting dream. Throughout the day, you may know things before they happen. When you think of people, they call or text. This is a good day to study tarot cards or channeling. With Saturn in Aquarius in your house of intimacy, makes a square to Uranus in your house of friendships. Be very careful with boundaries around the attractive friend. One casual touch could lead to something much more. If you're already in a love relationship, you could have some explaining to do later. If, on the other hand, you're both single, this could be the start of a long-term relationship. Very nice. On to the mighty Leo. Okay, Leo, you have several reasons to feel optimistic. This week, you can make big plans. This week, with the sun in Gemini in your house of friendships, making a square to Neptune and Pisces in your house of resources. Today, a friend may go back on a promise they made to you. This could be due to circumstances outside their control. They may not be able to join your MLM, assist you with your website, or help you move a sofa. Recognize this interruption is temporary. Someone else will step up to fill their place. Okay, with Saturn in Aquarius in your house of partnerships, makes a square to Uranus and Taurus in your house of career. Okay, if you're in a business partnership, this could signal some seriously rocky waters, but the two of you can use the power of this aspect to find the perseverance to work through your problems. I don't think we have any. Okay. One of you may be represented by Saturn, looking to build something slowly. The other may be represented by Uranus, wanting to make innovative leaps quickly. Okay, we're on the same page. Now, these two different views can talk to each other through this aspect. Okay, acceptable. On to Virgo. Virgo, as usual, you're quite ready to help others, but this week, you might be going overboard. This week, with the sun in Gemini in your house of career, making a square to Neptune and Pisces in your house of partnerships, today you could garner some fame, even break some records in your social media or email newsletter numbers. People are talking about you and spreading the news to their friends. This is a great time to do marketing or to launch your album. With Saturn in Aquarius in your house of work, makes a square to Uranus and Taurus in your house of education. Virgo, this is a great aspect for immersing yourself in some new technology and learning very quickly. This may be connected to your job, or look at doing something for your side business, like building a website, learning to edit videos, or mixing musical scores. Okay. Very good. On to Libra. Pardon me for the cough. It's been really rainy and nasty lately here. Okay. This week, a bumpy road gets smooth, Libra, when you take care of yourself. This week, with the sun in Gemini in your house of knowledge, making a square to Neptune and Pisces in your house of work. Today, the information you have for a process or a piece of software isn't actually correct. It's like trying to fit a square peg in the round hole, and the people who can help you seem to be nowhere in sight. This is frustrating energy for Libras. With Saturn in Aquarius in your house of romance, makes a square to Uranus and Taurus in your house of intimacy. You may see a new relationship accelerate at levels that would make most people's heads spin. You could find yourself impulsively driving all night to a Las Vegas wedding chapel. A better use for this aspect is to have a conversation with your sweetheart about what you want in the future and to understand what they want for their future. Okay. Very good. Very good. On to Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, great wisdom is available to you. This week, you are the student. With the sun in Gemini in your house of resources, making a square to Neptune in your house of risk taking, you may be very tempted to make some hasty investments today. Perhaps a new program has inspired you towards purchasing Ethereum cryptocurrency, or you attend a property flipping seminar and you're ready to buy a building. Be careful of too much optimism today. Neptune can cloud your judgment. With Saturn in Aquarius in your house of dwellings, makes a square to Uranus in your house of relationships. There could be a discussion at home about living arrangements. Your significant other may have a job opportunity on the other side of the country, or one of your kids is moving back home. The time for discussion is over. Decisions have been made. Now comes the work, and if everyone pitches in, it will be done in no time. Okay. On to Sagittarius. This week, you're weighing the choice to be right or to be happy. Sagittarius, choose the wise path. With the sun in Gemini in your house of relationships, making a square to Neptune in your house of dwellings, this could be an excellent day for talking to your sweetheart about living together. Oh, the two of you can visualize your new house and the type of decor you would get. You might go see some open houses, and while talk is good, this is not a great aspect for purchasing. So stick with dreaming just for today. With Saturn in Aquarius in your house of communication, makes a square to Uranus in your house of work. Some very precise communications are necessary today, and yet there's a desire to rush through just to get it done and off your desk. Slow down and check your work. You'll be happy that you did. Sounds good, Sagittarius. Okay, Capricorn. This week, it's important to make alliances. Capricorn, you're stronger when you have allies. This week, with the sun in Gemini in your house of health, making a square to Neptune in your house of movement, this is a great day to go swimming, surfing, or water skiing. Ah, man, I miss surfing. You can get exercise, vitamin D, and even have some social interaction. This is also a great combination for doing hot yoga at home or Tai Chi in the park. With Saturn in Aquarius in your house of cash money, makes a square to Uranus in your house of risk taking. This is an excellent aspect for breaking the rules, but today you may be tempted to take radical action to make a financial gain. Capricorn, you may think you have a royal flush in hand, but the pot odds are not in your favor. Just because people call it an investment doesn't mean it's not gambling. Today, be careful with your money. All right. Be aware, Capricorn. On to Aquarius. All right. This week, you're deciding between what's practical and what's fun. Aquarius, you may have to find a way to do both. This week begins on, why do I do that? This week with the sun in Gemini in your house of romance, making a square to Neptune in your house of values. If you're looking for love, it is imperative that you recognize your own worth. There is no reason to settle. Love is out there for you. So today, instead of sifting through online dating choices, work on your own self-worth. Start with self-help books recommended by Oprah or one of her cohorts. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Okay. Saturn in your own sign of Aquarius makes a square to Uranus in your house of home and family. You may have spent the better part of your life trying to get approval from parents and authority figures, but now you've broken free of the egg, flown out of the nest, and you can soar. This is a good day to look at which of your decisions are based on other people's preferences. See what you could change today. All right, guys, last but not least, Pisces. Okay. Unexpected things can happen this week, Pisces, especially when you're open to opportunities. With the sun in Gemini in your house of home and family, making a square to Neptune in your own sign of Pisces, today you are quite intuitive when it comes to a family member. Even though they say they're fine, you know what's really going on. Pisces, you're ready to listen and to empathize with what they're going through. This is one of the things your family appreciates about you so much. With Saturn in Aquarius in your house of hidden talents, makes a square to Uranus in your house of communication. You may be drawn to creative work, but you wonder if you have the talent. Truth is that aptitude comes from practicing art. So if you want to write a novel, screenplay, or song, your confidence will grow as you do it. When you begin, you may think it's not worthy of being read, seen, or heard, but Pisces, it's a diamond in the rough. It still needs to be cut and polished to shine. Okay, guys, that is going to do it for the 66th edition of the horoscope reading. That sounds the best. And you know what that brings us to? It's time for some vocabulary, people. Okay, as you know, the mighty Jeep. Oh, look at that. That is awesome. The mighty Jeep is our subject this week for number 66. So having said that, we're going to go right into our first vocabulary, which is reliable. Reliable. Say it with me, everybody. Reliable. Okay. Suitable or fit to be relied on, dependable, giving the same result on successive trials. Okay. Very good. On to our next one. Off-road. Off-road. Say it with me, everybody. Off-road. Very good. Okay. Off-road means of, relating to, done with, or being a vehicle designed especially to operate away from public roads. The Jeep is perfect for that. It will go through anything. Okay, on to number 3, guys. Four-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive. Say it with me. Four-wheel drive. Very good. Okay. Four-wheel drive is an automotive drive mechanism that acts on all 4 wheels of the vehicle. A vehicle equipped with such a drive as to use all 4 wheels on the surface. Oh, yeah. Jeeps are fun. That's all there is to it. All right, on to number 4. Famous. Famous. Say it with me, everybody. Famous. Excellent. Okay, famous is widely known, honored for achievement. Excellent, first rate. And that is Jeep. Well, used to be Jeep. It's a little different now. Okay, on to number 5. Stable. Stable. Or stability. Say it with me, everybody. Stable. All right, very good. Okay, there's a lot of different, here we go. Stable, firmly established, fixed, not changing or fluctuating, permanent, enduring. Placed so as to resist forces tending to cause motion or change of motion. Very good. Stable. Okay, on to the next. Low maintenance for number 6. Low maintenance. Say it with me, everybody. Low maintenance. Perfect. Okay, low maintenance means I can't talk today. Requiring little care or maintenance. Not tending to cause problems or demand attention. Easy and pleasant to deal with or work with. These are perfect for the Jeep. All right, on to number 7, exported. Exported. Say it with me, everybody. Exported. Perfect. Okay, export or exported means to carry or send something to some other place, such as another country. That's not really a great definition. Okay, exported means to move your goods to a different location, usually overseas. Jeep is one of the #1 exports for automobiles in the United States. All right, on to number 8, convertible. Convertible. Say it with me, everybody. Convertible. Very good. Okay. Convertible in the sense of automobiles, having a top that may be lowered or removed. This is the case with the Jeep, at least the old Wrangler Jeep or CJ5. You can take the top right off. It's very nice. Okay, number 9 for this week, unstoppable. Unstoppable. I see I'm actually driving the Jeep here too. That's so nice. Say it with me, everybody. Unstoppable. Okay, perfect. All right, unstoppable means incapable of being stopped. Bulletproof. Indomitable. Insurmountable. Invincible. Invulnerable. Unbeatable. Unconquerable. These are all synonymous with unstoppable, of course. Okay, that brings us on to number 10, manual transmission. Manual transmission. Say it with me, everybody. Manual transmission. Okay, very good. Manual transmission is a system for changing gears that has to be operated by the driver. A stick shift, as you will. First gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear. Reverse. Neutral. Manual transmission. Okay, guys, last but not least, mud tires for number 11. Mud tires. Say it with me, everybody. Mud tires. Very good. Oh, no definition for mud tires, of course. Okay, the definition for mud tires is premium off-road tires engineered for extreme and challenging off-road conditions. There's a lot of technology behind the extreme off-road traction and durability. Special tires for off-road. Golly, that went so fast. All right, guys. That's going to do it for the 66th edition of Englishing with Jing's Vocabulary, which brings me to the subject, Jeep. Okay, I really wanted to see more people on IG to ask about their opinion when it comes to Jeeps, because in the United States, Jeeps are super popular, and they have been for a long time now. Let's just say that Jeeps are one of the most reliable and most dependable, most low maintenance, I can't say maintenance free, vehicles in all of the world. So, goodness gracious. And there's a lot. I will even say that they use Jeeps in the time of war, and they have for a long time. This tells you that they're very reliable. Last thing you want at a time of war during combat is a vehicle that doesn't run or gets stuck. The Jeep does not do this. Not very often, anyway. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the Jeep. First off, the Jeep was founded in 1943 and first launched in 1945. The headquarters of Jeep are in Toledo, Ohio, in the United States. There are Jeeps being exported worldwide, except for Cuba, Syria, Iran, North Korea, and Sudan. Okay. Jeep is a brand of American automobile and a division of Stellantis. Jeep has been a part of Chrysler since 1987, when Chrysler acquired the Jeep brand along with remaining assets from its previous owner, American Motors Corporation. Jeep's current product range consists solely of sport utility vehicles, both crossovers and fully off-road worthy SUVs and models, including one pickup truck. Previously, Jeep's range included other pickups, as well as small vans and a few roadsters. Some of Jeep's vehicles, such as the Grand Cherokee, reach into the luxury SUV segment. The market segment, the 1963 Wagoneer, is considered to have started. Jeep sold 1.4 million SUVs globally in 2016, up from 500,000 in 2008, 2/3 of which in North America, and was Fiat Chrysler's best-selling brand in the US during the first half of 2017. That's why I said it's not the same. They're in conjunction partnership with Fiat, and that's an Italian automotive industry company. It's not the same. Okay, in the US alone, over 2,400 dealerships hold franchise rights to sell Jeep branded vehicles. And if Jeep were spun off into a separate company, it is estimated to be worth between $22 and $33.5 billion, slightly more than all of FCA US. Okay. Prior to 1940, the term Jeep had been used as US Army slang for new recruits or vehicles. I bet you guys didn't know that. But the World War II Jeep that went into production in 1941 specifically tied the name to this light military 4x4, arguably making them the oldest four-wheel drive mass production vehicles, now known as SUVs. The Jeep became the primary light four-wheel drive vehicle of the United States Armed Forces and the Allies during World War II, as well as the post-war period. The term became common worldwide in the wake of a war. Doug Stewart noted, the Spartan, cramped, and unstingingly functional Jeep became the ubiquitous World War II four-wheeled personification of Yankee ingenuity and cocky can-do determination, and the precursor of subsequent generations of military light utility vehicles, such as the Humvee, and inspired the creation of civilian analogs, such as the original Series 1 Land Rover. Many Jeep variants served similar military and civilian roles, have since been designed in other nations. Of course. Okay, the Jeep Marquis has been headquartered in Toledo, Ohio, as I said, ever since Willys Overland launched production of the first CJ, or civilian Jeep, branded models there in 1945. Its replacement, the conceptually consistent Jeep Wrangler series, remains in production since 1986. With its solid axles and open top convertible, the Wrangler has been called the Jeep model that is as central to the brand's identity as the 911 is to Porsche. At least two Jeep models, the CJ5 and the SJ Wagoneer, enjoyed extraordinarily 3-decade production runs of a single body generation. CJ5s are definitely the most widely known and most reliable Jeeps in the United States. In lowercase, the term Jeep continues to be used as a generic term for vehicles inspired by the Jeep that are suitable for use on rough terrain. In Iceland, the word Jeppy has been used since World War II and still used for any type of SUV. Standard. That should have been one of our vocabularies. Standard. Okay. Development of the Jeep, the World War II Jeeps. When it became clear that the U.S. would be involved in the European theater of World War II, the Army contacted 134 companies to create working prototypes of a four-wheel drive reconnaissance car. Only 2 companies responded, American Bantam Car Company and Willys Overland. The Army set a seemingly impossible deadline of 49 days to supply a working prototype. Willys asked for more time, but was refused. The Bantam Car Company had only a skeleton staff left on the payroll and solicited Carl Probst, a talented freelance designer from Detroit. After turning down Bantam's initial request, Probst responded to an Army request and began work on July 17, 1940. Initially, no salary. This man designed the first Jeep and didn't even get paid for it. Wow. Probst laid out full plans in just 2 days for the Bantam prototype, known as the BRC, or Bantam Reconnaissance Car, working up a cost estimate the next day. Bantam's bid was submitted on July 22nd, complete with blueprints. Much of the vehicle could be assembled from off-the-shelf automotive parts, and custom four-wheel drivetrain components were to be supplied by Spicer. The hand-built prototype was completed in Butler, Pennsylvania, and driven to Camp Holabird, Maryland, on September 23rd for Army testing. The vehicle met all the Army's criteria except engine torque. She wasn't strong enough. Okay. Let's go with post-war military Jeeps, okay? Because, okay, we all know Jeeps are used in the military, but they're really hot on the street too. The Jeep has been widely imitated around the world. Shocker. Including in France by Delahaye and the Hotchkiss SC. After 1954, Hotchkiss manufactured Jeeps under license from Willys, and in Japan by Mitsubishi Motors and Toyota. The Land Rover was inspired by the Jeep. The utilitarian good looks of the original Jeep have been hailed by industrial designers and museum curators alike. The Museum of Modern Arts described the Jeep as a masterpiece of functional design. See, and has periodically exhibited the Jeep as part of its collection. Pulitzer Prize-winning war correspondent Ernie Pyle called the Jeep, along with the Coleman GI pocket stove, the 2 most important pieces of non-combat equipment ever developed. Jeeps became even more famous after the war, and they became available on the surplus market. Some ads claim to offer Jeeps still in the factory crate. The legend persists for decades, despite the fact that Jeeps were never shipped from the factory in crates, although Ford did knock down Jeeps for easier shipping, which may have perpetrated the myth. The jeepney is a unique type of taxi or bus created in the Philippines. The first jeepneys were military surplus, MBs and GPWs, left behind in the war-ravaged country following World War II and Filipino independence. Jeepneys were built from Jeeps by lengthening and widening the rear tub of the vehicle, allowing them to carry more passengers. Over the years, jeepneys have become the most ubiquitous symbol of the modern Philippines, even as they have been decorated in more elaborate and flamboyant styles by their owners. Most jeepneys today are scratch-built by local manufacturers using different powertrains. Aside from jeepneys, backyard assemblers in the Philippines construct replica Jeeps with stainless steel bodies and surplus parts and are called owner-type Jeeps, as jeepneys are also called passenger-type Jeeps. In the U.S. military, the Jeep has been supplanted by a number of vehicles, of which the latest is the Humvee. Okay, let's talk about the CJ. After World War II, Jeep began to experiment with new designs, including a model that could drive underwater. On February 1st, 1950, contract N8SS-2660 was approved for 1,000 units, especially adapted for general recon or command communications, and constructed for short period underwater operations, such as encountered in landing and fording operations. The engine was modified with a snorkel system so the engine could properly breathe underwater. Wow. Okay, in 1965, Jeep developed the M715 1.25 short ton Army truck, a militarized version of the civilian J Series Jeep truck, which served extensively in the Vietnam War. It had heavier full floating axles and a foldable vertical flat windshield. Today, it serves other countries and is still being produced by Kia under license. Oh, it became Korean. Okay. All right. Jeep etymology. Many explanations of the origin of the word Jeep have been proven difficult to verify. The most widely held theory is that the military designation was slurred into the word Jeep in the same way that the contemporary HMMWV has become known as the Humvee. Joe Frazier, Willys Overland president from 1939 to 1944, claimed to have coined the word Jeep by slurring the initials GP. There are no contemporaneous uses of GP before later attempts to create a backronym. A more detailed view, popularized by R. Lee Ermey on his television series Mail Call, disputes this slurred GP origin, saying the vehicle was designed for specific duties and was never referred to as general purpose. And it is highly unlikely that the average Jeep driving GI would have been familiar with this designation. Okay. Enough about World War II. Okay, off-road abilities. Can I not talk today? What's going on, Brandon? Okay. Jeep advertising has always emphasized the brand vehicle's off-road capabilities. Today, the Wrangler is one of the few remaining four-wheel drive vehicles with solid front and rear axles. These axles are known for their durability, strength, and articulation. New Wranglers come with a Dana 44 rear differential and a Dana 30 front differential. The upgrade Rubicon model of the JK Wrangler is equipped with electronically activated locking differentials. Dana 44 axles front and rear with 4.1 gears and a 4-to-1 transfer case electronic sway bar disconnect, and heavy-duty suspension. This thing is built to withstand a bomb. Another benefit of solid axle vehicles is they tend to be easier and cheaper to lift with aftermarket suspension systems. One thing about the Jeep is it's definitely very transformable. You can do a lot of things with your Jeep. Okay. This increases the distance between the axle and chassis of the vehicle. By increasing this distance, larger tires can be installed, mud tires, which will increase the ground clearance, allowing it to traverse even larger and more difficult obstacles. In addition to higher ground clearance, many owners aim to increase suspension articulation or flex to give their Jeeps greatly improved off-road capabilities. Okay, company history and ownership. Nah. Yeah, why not? Okay, after the war, Willys did not resume production of its passenger car models, choosing instead to concentrate on Jeeps and Jeep branded vehicles, launching the Jeep station wagon in 1946, the Jeep truck in 1947, and the Jeepster in 1948. An attempt to re-enter the passenger car market in 1952 with the Willys Aero sedan proven unsuccessful, and ended with the company's acquisition by Kaiser Motors in 1953 for $60 million. Kaiser initially called the merged company Willys Motors, but renamed itself Kaiser Jeep in 1963. By the end of 55, Kaiser Frazer had dropped the Willys Aero as well as its own passenger cars to sell Jeeps exclusively. Okay. American Motor Corporation, AMC, in turn purchased Kaiser's money-losing Jeep operations in 1970. This time, $70 million changed hands. The utility vehicles contemplated AMC's passenger car business by sharing components, achieving volume efficiency, as well as capitalizing on Jeep's international and government markets. In 1971, AMC spun off Jeep's commercial, postal, and military vehicle lines into a separate subsidiary, AM General, the company that later developed the M998 Humvee. In 1976, Jeep introduced the CJ7, replacing the CJ6 in North America, as well as crossing 100,000 civilian units in annual global sales for the first time.
Real-time feedback and comments
Cool.
from my creative agency when I'm on the go.
All right, the French automaker Renault began investing in AMC in 1979. Renault began selling Jeeps to their European dealerships soon thereafter, beginning in Belgium and France, gradually supplanting a number of independent importers. During this period, Jeep introduced the XJ Cherokee, its first unibody SUV, and global sales topped 200,000 for the first time in 1985. However, the replacement of the CJ Jeeps by a new Wrangler line in 1986 marked the start of a different era. By 1987, the automobile markets had changed and Renault itself was experiencing financial troubles. At the same time, Chrysler Corporation wanted to capture the Jeep brand as well as other assets of AMC. So Chrysler bought out AMC in 1987, shortly after the Jeep CJ7 had been replaced by the AMC design Wrangler YJ. After more than 40 years, the four-wheel drive utility vehicles brand that had been a profitable niche for smaller automakers fell into the hands of one of the big three, and Jeep was the only AMC brand continued by Chrysler after the acquisition. But Chrysler subsequently merged with Daimler-Benz in 1998 and folded into Daimler Chrysler. Daimler Chrysler eventually sold most of their interest in Chrysler to a private company in 2007. Chrysler and Jeep division operated under Chrysler Group. until December 15th, 2014, when Chrysler folded into Fiat Chrysler Automobiles, with the stateside division operating under FCA US LLC. So there you go. Jeep became Italian recently. I don't like that. I have nothing against Italy. Jeep is American. Okay. Jeeps have been under license by various manufacturers around the world, including Mahindra in India, Ebro in Spain, and several in South America. Mitsubishi built more than 30 models in Japan between 53 and 1998 and were based on the CJ3B model of the original Willys Kaiser design, the best one. Toledo, Ohio has been the headquarters of the Jeep brand since its inception, and the city has always been proud of its heritage. Although no longer produced in the same Toledo complex as the World War II originals, 2 streets in the vicinity of the old plant are named Willys Parkway and Jeep Parkway. The Jeep Wrangler and Jeep Cherokee are built in the city currently in separate facilities, not far from the site of the original Willys Overland plant. American Motors set up the first automobile manufacturing joint venture in the People's Republic of China on January 15, 1984. The result was Beijing Jeep Corporation, in partnership with Beijing Automobile Industry Corporation, to produce the Jeep Cherokee XJ in Beijing. Manufacture continued after Chrysler's buyout of AMC. This joint venture is now part of Daimler Chrysler and Daimler Chrysler China Invest Corporation. The original 1984 XJ model was updated and called the Jeep 2500 toward the end of its production that ended after 2005. I did not know that China produced Jeeps. Get out of here, man. Cool. While Jeeps have been built in India under license by Mahindra and Mahindra since the 1960s, Jeep has entered the Indian market directly in 2016, starting with the release of the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee in the country. Okay, I think we should look at some pictures of past and present Jeeps. Let's see what we can do. Okay, let's see. I think I can find something cool here. Okay, let's see what we got. Well, they only have new ones. I don't want that. Okay. I'll find it, I promise. Give me a minute. Stupid. Nope. I can read them to you, but that's boring. Ah, man. We have to have a visual here. Let's see what I can do here. Okay. I think I found something. Okay, let's share some screen before we get out of here. Okay, 1940s Jeep. 1950s, that thing is ugly. The 1950s saw the rise of the recreation vehicle as well as engineering superiority. Grassroots enthusiasts helped launch Jeep jamborees and took the original Freedom Machine to new heights in sales thanks to 7 unique models. 1960s, oh man, that's so bad. The all-new Jeep Wagoneer represented unparalleled refinement and innovation. Prestige and individuality ruled the day. The Jeep brand lineup grew to include 14 models for work, play, recreation, and luxuriously capable transportation. That's a big Jeep right there. Okay, 1970s. This is what I know, the CJs. The Jeep brand 4x4 leadership continues in the 1970s with the introduction of its first full-time 4x4 system. This is the Jeep that everybody knows right here. Sporty two-door, full-size Cherokee SJ sweeps the 4x4 of the Year award. 6 models help elevate sales to all-time highs, okay? 1980s, okay, this is a Cherokee. Very luxurious compared to the CJ. The all-new Jeep Cherokee XJ helped revolutionize the 4x4 market. The mighty XJ introduced many industry firsts, including the first compact 4-door SUV, first uniframe construction, and first full-time 4x4 system with shift-on-the-fly capability. Damn, shift-on-the-fly came back in the 80s? Okay. All right, 1990s. The best decade, I think. The all-new Jeep 1993. The all-new 1993 Jeep Grand Cherokee XJ set a new industry benchmark thanks to its unique balance and on and off-road capability. The super capable Wrangler and its new coil suspension was introduced in 97. In 1999, the new Grand Cherokee was marketed as the most capable SUV ever. Sales soared to 629,000 units for the decade. That's pretty good. Ooh, the Rubicon. Okay, 2000s. The radical 2003 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon was the most capable vehicle ever produced by the Jeep brand. A new 4-door Wrangler took the industry by storm. The Compass and Patriot were the first Jeep brand vehicles to reach into the small cross-utility segment. And the 2010s. Ooh, they're so pretty now. The Jeep brand resonated with consumers around the world as global sales increased to their highest point in its over 75-year history with 1.41 million units sold worldwide for 2016. The better since 1990? You know what? Celia, I like the CJs, the old ones, the best, but these new Jeeps are pretty fancy. I don't like the brand new ones because me too. Me too. I like CJs. But the new ones, they're not Jeeps. They're Fiats, unfortunately. They made a partnership with Fiat. It's not the same. Okay. Sales increased to 7. Okay. Strategic launches of the all-new Grand Cherokee Renegade. Renegades are awesome. Compass and the legendary Wrangler. Land Rovers are ugly. I think Humvees are definitely better looking than Land Rovers. Okay, let's go to the 2020s. You see that? It's such an ugly pickup truck. Okay, the Jeep brand began this decade by reflecting the different needs of adventure lovers, bringing back a classic and introducing future-facing technology. The momentum started in 2019 when the Jeep brand reintroduced the Gladiator pickup and entered the new decade with a bang by launching the first ever three-row Grand Cherokee, the incredibly powerful Wrangler Rubicon 392, and a future-facing plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, the all-new Wrangler 4xe. Okay, I just want to explore one decade, the 70s. Let's see. The AMC year is the best. CJ5, definitely number one. Love this vehicle. Jeep pickups, nothing special. Renegade, CJ5, very nice. CJ7, very nice. The Cherokee Chief actually looks cool for that time. And the Golden Eagle. You don't see many of these Golden Eagles anymore. That's pretty rare. Very, very cool. The Dispatcher Jeep. And they still use these right now for the US mail, by the way. Honcho. I don't like the pickups. J20 pickup looks okay. It's like a Ford to me. A lot like a Ford. Okay, CJ5, the best. Renegade, oh yeah, these things are beautiful. So fun. And a CJ5 camper. I didn't know that. They made a camper. Wow. Renegade. Very cool. Yeah. This right here. Nah. No thanks. That's so ugly to me. Yeah, no. Nope. The Cherokee's not bad, but there's only two doors. I don't like that part. Should be a four-door. It's basically a pickup truck with a cap on it. That's all it is. Wow, you don't see these anymore. Old and forgotten. And CJ, yeah. Yeah. Number one. You know, I've had so many cars in my life and I've never had a Jeep. I know. I suck. Okay, guys, that's going to do it, I think, for our little look-see of the past Jeeps. But we've come to our conclusion. And having said this, I want to thank everybody for watching this video later because I didn't see much participation today, and that's sad. But that's fine. Next week, I think everybody's coming back. Maybe people don't like Jeeps. That's unfortunate because they're very nice. But anyway, having said this, thank you very much. I'm very much looking forward to next week where we will have another great topic. So everybody have a great week. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for attending. Bye for now.